Hard work, hard work.
Yeah, no, they just, she couldn't just pass it off, but
I go for it.
how are things with you?
I'm good, Roger. Yourself?
Not too bad, no, it's all no. Keeping well.
Yes.
No, Barb, you need to buy one of the machines and bring it down to John. We could do a bit of stuff in your spare time.
I will.
Roger Harley, Absolutely Pottery.
That's right.
Good name for it.
It is. Absolutely is,
How did you pick that? I suppose it was obvious, was it?
I suppose no, just it was the type of thing that just to say actually that it is everything's made is handmade, so you can say absolutely as regards to pinpoint the idea.
And how did you get into it?
I would have done it in college for a couple of years, and I'd say after working in college for a few years, I worked in apprenticeships, and just the interest kept on growing over the years. So, and I suppose I've been working like I'm here nearly 20 years next year.
In Westport.
Yeah.
And where'd you come from originally?
I came from Clamart originally.
Oh, you're not too far. You're only down the road, yeah. So you like this job, obviously.
Oh, I do.
You love this job.
I do.
You do, yeah.
I do right now. It is. I mean, it's always something that you're always learning, no matter how many years you're involved in it. There's always something else you can pick up as you go along. Like.
And is there much demand for it?
There is. I mean, you get a lot of people who would get gifts, let's say, as a token that they were in Westport and that type of thing. But you'd also get a lot of people, let's say, who would come to Westport maybe once, twice a year, and they'd add on to pieces they already have, let's say domestic wear, they'd build up a set. Or, you know, you get people that come in looking for wedding presents and that type of thing. So it is. It's, you know, it is. I suppose the whole idea of being handmade and you know where it comes from in the workshop and you know the maker. A lot of people are more interested in that now.
And what kind of a range have you got? What do you make?
I'd have domestic wear. I'd have two different glazes, a blue glaze and a light green glaze in domestic wear. And then let's say out in that, then I'd make a lot of kind of one-off pieces, and I'd make a range of lamps, and you know, I experiment a lot with the one-off pieces to try and develop the style I'm using and that type of thing.
So that's a lump of clay you have there, is it?
Yeah.
Do you call it clay? What do you call it?
Yeah, it is clay. Yeah,
It is
it's
clay,
called stoneware clay.
And where did that come from?
This has all come from England. There's no one in the country that's digging stoneware clay, so I get it in from England. And
is it available? Is it in Ireland someplace?
there would, yeah, there'd be deposits all around the country, Joe. But just now, you know, there's no one kind of looking for it, or you know, the most abundant clay you get would be the terracotta. There'd be a lot of that around here, you know. Terry Vaughan and Pontoon used to dig their own clay there, like.
Dig their own clay,
yeah. But it's much easier now just to buy it in, because it's the whole process in itself to process the clay.
And is there much difference between that and ordinary clay? What's the difference? What's in this that isn't an ordinary garden clay that we look at?
Well, all impurities will be taken out of it.
Okay.
And any stones and that type of thing, all that kind of stuff will be all taken out of it. And then what they do is they add in a few other ingredients into the clay to make it stronger and just fire better and that type of thing.
Do you make something simple?
Yeah. I'll make a vase.
Make a vase.
Yeah.
Tell me about the process as you're at it.
So what I'm doing first is that, let's say I'm centering the clay, so I'm kind of, well, what I'm centering is when I'm kind of mixing it around a bit. So what that does is that it helps take any air out of the clay, and it also helps kind of just make it workable a bit easier, because you can get a couple of hard bits or soft bits within the clay in that. So once I get it centered, it's just getting the wobble out of it. What I do now is I start to make the base of the pot. So I do is just press down, and obviously you don't want to go the whole way down, so you leave a bit in the bottom.
Yeah.
And then the width of the base. So let's say I'll go probably around that kind of size. And then what you do is you start pulling up the walls. So basically what you're doing is that you're kind of squeezing the clay between your fingers to thin out the walls. So I'd say I do probably about 3 different movements. Let's say the first one, this is the second one, just to thin it out a little bit more. And then the third one then is, let's say, to put the belly on it. So I'm pushing out from the inside, but as well as that, controlling it from the outside. So what you do then is that you take out, I use the water on the clay so that it won't stick to my fingers as you're pulling the pot up. So you use the water kind of
right.
as a lubricant. Clean off a bit of clay on the base. And then what I want to do is smooth out the walls of the pot. And just takes off any extra sponge you had on it. And like the further on you get on the pot, you kind of slow down the wheel a bit more, so that it's easier to work. Just do now is I want to bring in the top.
So the tools are simple there.
They are. I mean, like most tools, there's very few I kind of buy in. Most of them, I mean, you can incorporate from different things like, you know, rulers, just some metal wire.
You don't teach it, no?
I do class. Oh, I've done some classes before. Let's say last year and that. I don't think I'll be getting around. I'll be doing classes hopefully again now in the new year. And like what I do normally is that, let's say, classes that kind of teach the different techniques, because there'll be a whole load of, let's say, hand-built techniques and that type of thing that I'd use. So I would use all them hand-built techniques, and as well as that thing, let people have a go on the wheel to see how it feels and that type of thing. It takes a bit longer to learn the skill of the wheel, but
I was going to say, it takes long to get the feel of it.
It does. I mean, like I'd say, let's say to be competent enough, let's say throwing and that, you'd need probably the guts of about 4 years. And then let's say after that, I mean, it's just an endless lifetime of
Development.
learning. Yeah, that type of thing. And then just cut it up off the wheel.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Hi.
So-
Is it okay if I take some photos for...
Yeah.
There's two of us. Well done. Very well done.
No
So
problem.
next you...
And then what I do is just leave it to dry.
Yeah. How long does that take? About?
Well, let's say I leave that to dry for about a day or two.
A day or two, yeah.
And then let's say the base, I'd have to turn the base to put a proper foot in it.
Okay, yeah.
And then let's say what I do then is I leave it to dry for about, until it's bone dry. It goes from that green to, this would be, let's say, this kind of colour.
Yeah.
That would be...
Are all those pieces drying there now, there?
Yeah, these are biscuit fired. What you do is put them in the kiln once, and that you biscuit fire them.
Yeah.
And then let's say when they go biscuit fired, you put the glaze on. So let's say that should be the glaze in its raw state. And then what you do is you refire it again, and the glaze melts. So you're talking probably the guts of week and a half, 2 weeks for it to kind of come through the system.
And that's a long process.
Yeah.
You need patience.
You do. Lots of patience.
And who paints them then?
I do that myself as well.
You're painting, yeah?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's like the different stages. And I paint them, you know, different stages. Like them ones, I paint when they're what's called just still green, leather hard.
You can see it there underneath it, yeah.
And then let's say other ones, then let's say domestic wear and that the colours that we just got from the glaze and that. That's what.
And is there special paint for this?
Yeah, no, the glazes you use are a whole mixture of, let's say, glass elements, fluxes and that type of thing, and what you do is you have them mixed in all different percentages to get the colours and that you need and that type of thing.
And all this stuff is sourced abroad, is it?
No,
Mostly.
you get some of it here, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it comes through different companies, do you know? But like I say, majority, let's say, some of it, yeah, will be coming in from abroad and that type of thing. But whatever can be sourced here, I try and get here anyway.
Yeah, it'd be fantastic setup here, wouldn't you?
Cheers, yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely, yeah, it's lovely, yeah.
It's
Thanks.
compact, but it does the job.
Okay, and you're doing a little open night tonight, are you?
I am for culture night.
For culture night, yeah.
So everyone's welcome to come in and have a look and see and that type of thing.
Well, I spotted in the Mayo News.